I got 16 top players to rank all the minis in Clash Mini, from those that will make you lose instantly to the minis you have to use to get that golden giant skin and that 3k trophy avatar. Starting with the tier, the minis you must avoid, such as the Barbarian. He literally has nothing to offer, he has no base ability, and his stars are just stat increases. He is kind of like chicken with no seasoning. Wait, actually that's quite fitting. The stats are there, but he just serves no purpose. Then we have the Mosquito. Take this with a grain of salt, because the pros didn't have a lot of time to test him out, so these are really just first impressions, and they are that he is way too squishy. He has the same HP as an archer, and if you think that the third star can save him, the P.E.K.K.A can literally kill him in one shot, and the Wave Master Jr. doesn't care if you are invisible, she will still dash right through you. Moving up to the C tier, these minis are weak, but they are useful in some specific scenarios. Such as the Guard and the Knight. 2 elixir tanks just aren't very relevant in the meta right now, because the Natureborn can heal allies, the Wave Master can heal himself as well. Guard is sometimes useful in Warden decks, but other than that, you can really just disregard him. Then we have the Golden Giant. You can never get his super off because of the Wave Master Jr. super, and the P.E.K.K.A can literally just take him down in like 2 hits, which is pretty bad since his job is literally to tank damage. Then we have the Swordsman. He can never get his super off often because of the Wave Master Jr. super, and that means P.E.K.K.A completely overshadows him. Then we have the Mega Knight. If you have it in your deck, just switch it with the P.E.K.K.A. I'll tell you why the P.E.K.K.A completely overshadows him towards the end. But then we have nothing. Oh, Royal Ghost, there he is. See what I did there? After the infamous nerfs, it's not hard to see why he's here. Him be weak is probably for the best. Then we have the Valkyrie. To explain why she's here in the C tier, let's do a quiz. Why was she strong last meta? Is it A, because she counters Warden Royal Ghost, B, she looks exquisite, or C, everyone just wanted to flex the 2k trophy reward skin? The answer is A, but C might actually be possible. I never thought of it that way. But now there is no need for an AoE attack, and the attack speed takes forever to ramp up. That's why she's here. Then we have Healing Ranger. Definitely tough to see her here. I mean, she was my favorite mini. This is gonna be tough to talk about. Just give me a minute.
75 years later.
Okay. Where were we? Oh, right. We were at the Wizard. If you have him in your deck, just switch it with the Ice Wizard. I'll tell you why the Ice Wizard completely overshadows him at the end. And last but not least, well, actually, it might be least. We have the Spirit Goblin. The Clash ability is just not that impactful. The other Clash abilities like Prince, Fisherman, and Bowler can ruin your enemy. Compare that to Spirit Goblin, which can be easily countered. I'm sure you can see why he disappeared from the meta. Moving up to the B tier. These minis are okay, and they do work well in a few decks. Starting with the Miner. To explain why he's here, let's do another quiz. What is the Miner good at? Is it A, countering range troops with supers, B, fire safety, or C, fashion? The answer is A. Again, shocking, I know, because he can also dissipate. And we're seeing stuff like Ewiz, Witch, Natureborn, Archqueen in the meta, so that makes the Miner useful in those scenarios only. Then we have the Lumberjack. She can work well in Natureborn or Countess P.E.K.K.A decks because of the third star, giving P.E.K.K.A the initial boost to get more hits, and that can be very impactful because, I mean, one extra P.E.K.K.A hit, that just changes the game. I mean, it's 24 damage per hit with the third star, but other than that, Lumberjack isn't really used anywhere else. Next up is a Giant Skeleton. Despite having less HP than a Healing Ranger. No, I'm not kidding. The bomb is still pretty impactful, but not as impactful as this fucking F-bomb. That's the dumbest thing I could have said. Then we have the mini P.E.K.K.A. I have one word for him. Dissipate. Yes, I know it was nerfed, but still, dissipate. Then we have the Bowler. To be honest, I think he is a bit overrated. His Clash ability is quite slow, so he can be stopped by the other Clash abilities, like the Fish and Prince. Wait, did I just call Fisherman Fish? Oh my god. But I'll admit, he still has some value, especially when he hits 3 or 4 minis in a lane, or should I say, when he gets a turkey. Only true bowlers would know what that means. And last but not least, we have the Battle Healer. To be honest, her strength is just depends on the Shield Maiden. So since Shield Maiden is B tier, so is the Battle Healer. They are just, I mean, a package deal. And I'll talk about the heroes at the end. Moving up to the A tier, these minis are great and I would recommend you use them. Such as the Archer. She works extremely well with Barb King and Natureborn because of her 3rd star, and because of that she can stack to crazy amounts of attack speed, especially when the Archer starts getting killed, giving her a crazy attack speed at the end. Then we have the Ewis. His super is pretty good, because he can easily reach the backline, so he can stun ranged damage dealers like the Dark Goblin or the Magic Archer. So what he can do is pretty stunning. Okay, fine, I'm not gonna use the most obvious pun there is. Just, I mean, unbelievable. But there is one thing that the Ewis struggle against, and that is the Witch. This is probably the first time in more than a year that the Witch is actually usable, let alone strong. So let's give her a hand. She is an amazing counter to P.E.K.K.A. What difference is that 24 damage gonna make to 5 HP skeletons, right? And the skeletons can easily overwhelm Wavemaster Jr. Because of this, she is used a lot with Natureborn and Ewis. Next up is the Prince. His ability to disposition minis is so strong, he can ruin an entire setup just because a mini isn't where he's supposed to be. And his stats are also awesome, one of the highest damage dealing minis. Then we have the Fisherman. Same as the Prince, he can ruin a setup just because a mini isn't where he's supposed to be. So because of this, in this meta, you basically need to keep Fisherman in mind every game. It's like this little voice in your head that always telling you to look over your shoulder. The constant mumblings in my sleep that I'm just never gonna make it, and like he's gonna come up and take everything I have. I need to see a therapist. Then we have the Dark Goblin. Just like the Archer, she works extremely well with Barb King and Natureborn because the extra damage from the Barb King super and the Natureborn overheal can change the game, making it a great counter to P.E.K.K.A. and the Magic Archer. And speaking of the Magic Archer, yes, he got nerfed, but come on, that's just a little slap in the cheek. He still has massive damage potential. The 1st star lets him deal with enemies close up easily, 2nd star lets him stack up attack speed like crazy, and the 3rd star helps him get there just a bit quicker. That makes him a must use with the Archqueen and the Warden, not to mention he can get pretty magical in Frenzy. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about the Musketeer. Yeah, she's C tier. You guys must be so scared seeing that she's still not placed. No, she is not a Guacan mini. She is basically overshadowed by the Ewis, so she's here. Sorry about that. Finally, we have the Holy Guacamini tier. You have to use at least one of the minis here, such as the P.E.K.K.A. He literally deals 24 damage per hit with the 3rd star, and 48 with the Natureborn overheal or the Barb King super. And don't even think about slows or stuns because the 2nd star has it covered. That makes him one of the most consistent counters to Wavemaster Jr. He's just impeccable. I'm actually quite proud of that. That's not bad. Then we have the Ice Wizard, by far the best 2 elixir mini. Same as the last meta. To state the obvious, the nerfs didn't do nearly enough. The ability to slow minis to oblivion and also minis around the target and block all clash abilities for 2 elixir, it's not hard to see why he's here. But no, the moment you're all waiting for, the best mini is Wavemaster Jr. I know, what a surprise. You know what? I think the daughter or the raccoon can speak for herself. Show them why you are S tier material. So here is the final tier list, and in order to release these minis' full potential, here is a hero tier list to complete your deck and make full use of the mini synergies.